Hey, this is Artie Astor with B Sharp and C. Today we are going to feature the song Rise or The Rise of Sodom and Gomorrah by Therion, which is really considered to be one of the pioneers of symphonic metal. After the reaction, I do have a few comments I want to make. Don't forget to like and subscribe and listen to my new hit, My Own Name. Okay, besides that nonsense, we have this. Well, this isn't nonsense. This is Therion. Rise of Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's do it. Oh, I love that. Sounds like a flugelhorn. Oh, he went flat there. Nice. Boy, I like this a lot.
Sun and turn a Capricorn, star of sin will shine. The king of Sodom drink again. 120 days in the depth of the Dead Sea, and walked above the waters.
Okay, that's opera. That is opera. I love this guitar. This is driving guitar. It's so nice. But that singing is opera singing, 100%. So they really use the orchestra to add melody. Oh God, yeah. Oh my God. I love that tone. Okay, this is very, very different from anything. right, I'm sorry, guys. All right, let me stop it for a second because I am like, this is over. This is like, amazement overload. Um, this is nothing like Nightwish, nothing like Epica. I typed in to Google, I said, hey, what are some common, symphonic metal bands? And Therion came up as a pioneer to the genre. I mean, they started in 1987, but from what I researched, which was not too much because I basically learned about them a half hour ago. Um, they started in 1987, but as more like a death metal, and then they kind of incorporated over the years different sounds, and they experimented, and then they started doing this like a full symphony. And so they're considered one of the pioneers of the symphonic metal. But I will tell you straight up, the singing is 100% operatic. It is not, like Nightwish is operatic, but it's also it's got different flavors in there, Um, Epica, I feel like is operatic also, but it's got different flavors. When Simone sings, it's got different flavors in it. This here, and I don't know any of the band members' names yet because I looked at it online, and they've really had a lot of people come and go over the years, which makes sense. Life on the road. It's a lot of hard work. I think it's overlooked. We look at them on stage and think that that's all they do, but it's life on the road is really hard. And some band members, after about 8 years, 10 years, they're like, I just can't do this anymore. Um, so I understand that. So I'll have to go back and do a little bit more of a deep dive to see what the current lineup is. But these guys here are hyper focused. It's like pinpoint. We're going to sing opera. We're going to use a symphony. And the symphony, guess what? They're going to be playing some of the melodies. Some of the leading melodies of the song are going to be played by the violin. And the intro is going to be a flugelhorn, or could have been a French horn, but I don't think it was French horn because I don't think French horn sounds like that. Sounded like a trumpet or a flugelhorn. But they're using the symphony as part of the identity of the song, not just in the song, but the symphony is making defining moments of the song. A violin solo, the guitar is a little bit more aggressive when it solos, and I like that. But this is all this is like very focused, symphony, opera. And then, of course, the driving force. I really, really, really like this because you can separate the opera, separate the symphony, separate the metal, and then you can see how the three of them kind of collide in this beautiful amalgam of just this melodious magic. Let me back it up a few seconds and we'll continue on. I mean, listen to that. That's opera. 100%. And Boy Jansen does that.
Rise of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, that guitar tone is fire. I think they're showing the wrong guitarist. That guy's playing chords. He's barring chords. He's not even playing power chords. Ready? I like this. I love that. All right, you see that guy that they're showing when the lead guitar solo starts is still playing the rhythm section. He's playing the solo. You know, the guy in the background is playing the solo. So on both guitar solos, they showed someone who was playing rhythm. So, I mean, and I've seen that a lot on videos. I mean, heck, I've seen Pink Floyd, live videos where the keyboard solo is being played and it's beautiful. And then they show the guy in the background and the light is on him playing the backing chords, and it's like, nope, nope, he's not playing the keyboard solo. The other guy is playing the keyboard solo. The one in the dark that the camera's not showing, that the spotlight's not on. And right here, from what I would pay, I would bet $100. He is playing the solo. Listen to the vibrato and then look at his hands. He's playing the solo. Not him. I hate that. I want to see the guitar solo. I want to see that. Nice pitched harmonics. Now he's playing that. I did see French horns. I don't know if the French horns were doing anything. All right, so just so everyone knows, and not like really anyone cares. Come on, Dire Straits, Telegraph Road. That's a live one that I should do a reaction to. Although I think I've seen that one, so it won't be like cold reaction. Okay. This I identify more with. Me personally, I identify more with than other symphonic metal bands simply because I identified with where the music was going, where the chord changes were going, where the melody was going, and I liked the hyper focused, true to opera, true to symphony approach, where the symphony is not there just to kind of be the symphonic part of the metal, but the symphony is actually part of the show. They're part of the whole thing. Same thing with the singing. And this is the only song I've ever heard from them, so I'm sure that every song is different. But the singing was extremely operatic, and then they even did things like they would sing to each other, and the guitar player would kind of be like, "Oh, my heart," and then the one of the singers got down on her knees and sang to the other singer. It's kind of like opera, which can be to a degree a play. It's like drama. And I'm not saying other bands don't do that. I'm just saying that here it was each role was a little bit more defined on top of the fact that I identify with the songwriting and in the melody of this. It was just so nice. Um, and I did a little bit of research. Let me just pull up my research here. This is going to be a little sporadic and all over the place, but so I mean, literally, this is the research I do because I'm new to this genre and I'm loving every minute of it. And I think it's good that I'm sharing this with everybody in the audience. Um, like I typed in when did symphonic metal start, right? Mid to late 90s in Europe with its formal roots tracing to 1996 album Theli by Therion, which is the band we just listened to. While early 90s bands like Believer and Mekong Delta experimented with orchestral elements, the genre truly established itself in 1987 with the debut albums of key bands Nightwish and Within Temptation. So Within Temptation is another band that I want to get into. But excuse me, it's the morning and I cough like a son of a gun in the morning. Here is the band Therion. They're from Sweden. They're a Swedish symphonic metal band founded by Christopher Johnson in 1987. Its name was inspired by the Celtic Frost album To Megatherion. To Megatherion is Greek for the great beast. Oh, I love that. And was was a title used by Oculist. Okay, now I'm just reading. So, but yeah, and then they got in. They changed. They started off as death metal, and then they changed the genre over the years to incorporate symphonic and operatic themes. Now, here are the current members, but then I also did, I think before this, Therion band members, and you have people that aren't there anymore. But here are the current members. And I'm trying to find out who does what because I think Christopher Johnson is someone who founded the band, right? Christopher Johnson founded the band. But I couldn't tell who was playing the guitar solo on that guitar solo, but I believe it was not the rhythm guitarist. And sometimes the rhythm guitarist is the one who writes the music, a lot of the music. So I don't know who does all the writing here. I'll have to go back and look at that. But they have many singers. I love the fact that they have male and female lead, and it's all like an operatic themed type of vocal style, which I really like. Now, I did do has Nightwish, and this is something that I think that's very important for people to see. Has Nightwish ever performed with a symphony? Nightwish has historically used recorded orchestral tracks for live shows rather than a full symphony orchestra, citing high costs and logistical complexity. While they have not toured with a live orchestra, they often incorporate orchestral choir and notably cedar flute accompaniments. Cedar flute, I mean, I know that, oh God, what's his name? Now it's Eric? I don't know, but there's a member of I think it's Eric, a member of Nightwish who plays a bunch of different flutes and he plays the uilleann pipes. But here's what's interesting. They have never toured with an orchestra. They have never toured with a symphony. So, but yet they're considered, a symphonic metal band. And it's worthy to note because like Hans Zimmer, who has done these beautiful scores for lots of movies, has symphonic themes in his music, but he uses a lot of synthesizer and he even will program a sound. Like he'll create a symphonic sound and then use that in his scores, like he did with Interstellar and Inception, what have you. Something also worthy of note is that Thomas, the lead guy of Nightwish, is a keyboard player. When you are a keyboard player, you already automatically have dabbled with orchestral arrangements because you can just with your fingers, and so your only instrument, you really use all 10 fingers, you can just create these beautiful sounds that sound orchestral. So you can play, especially if you have a keyboard setup, you can play on one keyboard a beautiful violin or stringed arrangement while you're playing piano with the right hand or whatever, or something else. But Nightwish has never toured with a symphony orchestra, and I think that that's um, good to cite why, because of high costs. The amount of money it takes to pay an orchestra and a whole choir to tour with you is astronomical. It will take a big chunk of your salary. If you're Nightwish, you're the main headliner, you pay for the orchestra. So they're not, I wouldn't say they're being cheap, but well, they're being, I think, intelligent about their decision. Like, okay, we have symphonic and orchestral themes in our music. Now, this is our stage for this current show. Where are we going to put the orchestra? So it's a logistical nightmare, and it is ridiculously high costs because all these people traveling with you, if you're doing a 4-month tour, all these people traveling with you need to be paid enough, to have food, lodging, and everything else for the tour, and put food on the table. Imagine doing that for 75 people. So it's a tremendous cost, and I don't blame any band for saying, okay, we have a pre-recorded orchestral track, or Thomas can do this on the keyboard. I know it sounds funny, but the production that we just saw with Therion is, I think, one of the reasons why they're so rare is because it is a crap ton of preparation, funding, and work. I mean, just let me go back to see if I can pull that back up. Which way did I go? Oh, hold on a second. Let me get this off. I mean, let's see if I can look at that. That's the choir. What is that? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. There's 15 people. And then you have cellists over here, violinists over here. I mean, I said 75 people. I might be wrong. I might have underestimated. Maybe it's over 100 people. And these people, look, she's playing the stinking oboe. That's the oboe? No, that's not the oboe. That's the bassoon. My God. My God. Yeah. Therion did not take home. Each band member probably took a gigantic pay cut to do this. So you have to hand it to them. But I mean, it's just a tremendous amount of work. Wow. So, anyways, yeah. If you do you like symphonic metal, I'm getting into it. Like literally, you're watching me get into it, and so far, Therion was this performance was my favorite out of everything I've seen so far. But that doesn't mean it could change any day. I mean, I have seen live performances by Pink Floyd, which was my favorite band, and I'm like, oh, I didn't like that at all. So I mean, one performance does not define who you are. But I just really like this production here. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And that is it with this episode of B Sharp and C. This is Artie Astor.